Which country comes to mind first when you think about the world's best railways? China is an absolute necessity. Since China began manufacturing railways and rails, their worldwide importance has expanded. Initiatives such as the Belt and Road Initiative serve as the foundation of its infrastructure class. China is developing every day because it is the best at creating roads, railroads, and other infrastructure. It is constantly extending an offer to neighboring counties to allow construction on their land. Some other countries are opposed to the partnership despite the fact that it helps both sides economically. They do not want any political problem to be ignored. The United States and Japan were outraged when China agreed to help the United Kingdom build a $38 billion railway. But why is this the case? In this video, we will explain why the UK chose China to construct this $38 billion railway and why it rejected close partners Japan and the US. But first, subscribe to the channel to learn about the most startling and wonderful global initiative. Ready? Let's get started. The first railway line in the United Kingdom was established in 1820, marking the commencement of the railroad. The United Kingdom has now reached the stage when constructing a railroad will need the aid of other countries. A few major countries started constructing high-speed rail lines to complement one another. Japan was the first nation to create high-speed vehicles in 1960. France and the United States followed. Many countries also started to construct additional railway lines, despite taking minimal effort in this area. While other countries strove to promote high-speed rail, the UK had no idea how to do so. However, it has now recognized the importance of railways and has requested aid. The United States, Japan, and China were among the ideal options for the United Kingdom. The UK was apprehensive that if it chose China, the United States and Japan would disagree. The United States and the United Kingdom are closer allies. As a result, it never expected the UK to reject it immediately away. However, Japan, the first country to install high-speed trains in the 1960s, expected to sign the agreement. Japan started building high-speed rail while China's regular rails were far from perfect. Even when China initially started to build railways, Japan provided the required equipment. As a result of Japan's reputation for building high-speed rail, they proposed that Japan take over the project from the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom, on the other hand, had different plans. Following denials from the United States and Japan, China stepped in and offered to construct this high-speed railway for the United Kingdom. The offer was immediately accepted by the United Kingdom. They agreed to the conditions and awarded the project to China. However, it is widely accepted that China just started producing railways a little more than 10 years ago. So why did the UK ignore Japan? However, China is the progenitor of American high-speed rail. While high-speed rail was gaining popularity across the globe, the United Kingdom was not among the countries with the greatest railway. As a consequence, political pressure was put on. The location of other nations enjoying the financial advantages of high-speed rail spurred the United Kingdom in part. After starting to build railway lines, the United Kingdom ran into a lot of problems and quickly understood the necessity to put out a bid and seek assistance from other nations. They wanted to build what is known as the High-Speed Line 2 or H2 line. This train line was precisely 400 meters long. It would need to have 1,100 seats, and the top speed is 250 kilometers per hour. Traveling along this high-speed rail route will be quicker and more convenient for inhabitants, as well as less expensive. Furthermore, the local economy will profit from this attempt, and the town will gain an extra 22,000 employment as a consequence. Aside from all of these advantages, the development of a high-speed railway in the United Kingdom will allow for technological breakthroughs. They will ultimately get used to the construction process and may even begin to do it themselves. Following the announcement of the offer, the United States, Japan, and China all filed bids, and the United Kingdom was aware that having Japan build the railway would be less costly. Political considerations will also favor either the United States or... So, why did it choose China? Japan is a seasoned master in railroad building, having previously built 600 intercity trains for the United Kingdom. The source of the problem has yet to be identified. Nonetheless, Japanese railway operators have identified a number of extremely simple issues. As an example, a number of the trains were utterly unable to function. There were also some leaks coming from the air conditioning equipment. It's astonishing that a sophisticated nation like Japan could make such basic errors. As a consequence, the United Kingdom opted not to take any chances. It is still unknown why the United Kingdom did not choose the United States as their partner. High-speed rail is seldom used. There are several more modes of transportation available, the most of which are located inside the nation. The majority of individuals choose to travel by car or by aircraft because they have never been required to do so. The United States of America has never been concerned with updating its railway system. Despite the fact that they are capable of building railroads, they are not the best at it. The United Kingdom needs higher quality railroads but is unable to build them. The United Kingdom was unable to award a contract to a nation based on its favorable relationship with the contender. Instead, they sought assistance from a country that could truly assist them in building the most sophisticated high-speed railway conceivable, and they found it. The fact that China was the only other feasible alternative for the United Kingdom brings us to our last and most critical point. In every manner, Chinese products outperform their American equivalents in terms of both quality and pricing. However, as soon as the US learned that the UK was contemplating China, they announced their objections to the notion. Despite the hostile ties between China and the United States, they attempted to put up a fight. Furthermore, the Chinese, as well as the fact that they acquired this effort from the UK, aroused anxiety in the United States. The United States of America was fully aware that awarding the contract to China would benefit them politically and economically, as well as raise their global stature. Despite this, the United Kingdom has opted to work on this project with China. So, why did the United Kingdom stand with China? Despite the United States' protests, China is often considered as one of the world's foremost railroad building countries. China is the only nation with more train tracks than the rest of the globe combined. As a consequence, it is unquestionably the pinnacle of success in the art of railroad building. In less than a decade, China has progressed from being seen as a nation having only high-speed rails to being regarded as one of the best at constructing them to the position of being one of the best at building. Railroads are used by the Chinese people more than any other means of transportation, particularly in rural regions. The railway, rather than the aircraft, is regarded as the most efficient form of transportation. Because of its reputation, the United Kingdom felt obligated to choose China for this deal. Do you believe the United Kingdom made the proper choice in collaborating with China rather than the United States or Japan? Do you believe the UK will grow to regret its choice of China? And do you believe this will lead to political anger aimed against the UK? Please share your thoughts and opinions. Click here to view a video about another frightening project.